Hey, welcome. We often think that success in learning is all about the latest apps, the newest techniques. But what if I told you that some of the most powerful strategies are actually thousands of years old? Today we're going to unpack an ancient framework for modern success, a path for students that's all about turning effort into true mastery.
All right, so here's our roadmap for today. We're going to start with the 3 keys that are basically the foundation of all knowledge. Then we'll dive into how belief can be your secret superpower and check out an incredible ancient story about perseverance. From there, we'll get into the alchemy of practice and finally discover what the real goal of all this learning truly is.
So let's get right to it. We're starting with the absolute bedrock. According to ancient texts like the Bhagavad Gita, if you really want to master anything, you need 3 very specific tools, and they're all internal.
And here they are, the 3 pillars. First, you've got Shraddha, which is this unwavering belief in your path. Second is Tatparata, that's total, laser-focused dedication. And third, Indriya Nigraha, the discipline to control your senses and tune out all the noise. Now, they're all crucial for sure, but today we're really going to zero in on that first one, Shraddha, because honestly, it's the spark that lights the whole fire. Right, so we start with Shraddha because without it, the other 2 keys just, well, they don't work. And this isn't about blind faith. Think of it more as a deep, trusting belief in what you're studying, in your teachers, and maybe most importantly, in your own ability to get it. This famous verse right here holds a powerful secret. It tells us that knowledge isn't something you just grab. It's something that kind of reveals itself to you, but only when you approach it with the right mindset. A mindset of deep belief in the whole process and in yourself.
And that's how Shraddha completely changes the game. It takes learning from being a chore, something you have to do, and turns it into a real passion, something you love to do. That deep trust lets you get totally absorbed, connecting you to the material and just unlocking your mind's full potential.
Okay, so belief gets you in the door, but what happens when you hit a wall? When a subject feels completely impossible. Well, that brings us to this incredible story about perseverance. So picture this. There's a student, could be any of us, right? And he's just hitting a total roadblock. He's trying to wrap his head around this super complex grammar, and it's just not clicking. He feels totally defeated. He's ready to just give up.
So yeah, he packs his bags and leaves. He's done. But on the way home, he stops at the village well for a drink of water. And that's when he notices something really simple, but it turns out to be profound.
He looks down and sees that the soft, simple rope, the one used to pull up buckets of water day after day, year after year, had literally carved a deep groove into the hard stone edge of the well. And that was it. That was his light bulb moment. He thinks to himself, wait a minute, if a soft rope, just through gentle but constant repetition, can wear down hard stone, then for sure my mind, through persistent practice, can master this difficult grammar. And with that new fire, he turns right around, goes straight back to his school, and he doesn't just get by. He studies relentlessly and becomes a famous master of the very subject that almost broke him. What a comeback!
This ancient quote just sums up the lesson perfectly, doesn't it? It says that some people are too scared of the obstacles to even start. Others, they start, but they quit when things get tough. But the real winners, the top tier, they are the ones who keep going no matter what.
So that's a great story, but how do we actually build that kind of perseverance? Well, the answer is in what the source material calls the alchemy of practice, or abhyasa. It's that disciplined, daily grind of turning simple effort into real excellence. You know how it is, right? We often sit around waiting for that bolt of inspiration to strike. But this ancient wisdom is crystal clear. Inspiration is fleeting. It feels great, but it doesn't last. Real, lasting achievement is built on something much tougher: perspiration. That consistent, daily hard work that, let's be honest, often feels difficult and boring. And if you want a formula for success, it's pretty stark. We're talking 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. That initial spark is great for getting you off the starting line, but it's the daily grind, the effort you put in and day out, that actually gets you to the finish line. This kind of massive, heroic effort even has a special name, Bageeratha. It's named after a legendary sage whose persistence was so epic, it was said he brought a celestial river down from the heavens, the earth. Yeah, that's the scale of commitment we're talking about. It can achieve the seemingly impossible. Okay, so you've built up your belief. You're pushing through challenges with perseverance. You're committed to the daily practice. But To what end? What's the point of it all? This final piece of wisdom is all about the ultimate goal of your education.
See, true education isn't just about cramming facts to pass a test or get a fancy degree. It's about fundamentally shaping who you are as a person. The real prize is building your character, sharpening your concentration, strengthening your memory, and ultimately, elevating yourself by yourself.
So from now on, try to see every chapter you read, every problem you solve as a bigger opportunity. It's not just about learning a new fact, it's a chance to grow into a stronger, wiser, better version of yourself. Learning is the ultimate tool for self-leveling up. So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. As you keep going on your own path as a student, try to look past the next exam, beyond the next grade. Ask yourself, what wisdom are you really trying to build inside yourself? Thanks for joining this explainer.